kitchens can be kind of complicated for decluttering because you've got all those little gadget things and your small appliances and everything. So one thing you might want to try to do with kitchen things is try to get small appliances that do more than one thing. So for instance, like an air fryer, you can do a lot of things with an air fryer. If you use it.
I got one and I never use it.
I don't have one.
I should give you one.
Well, I wouldn't use it either probably, especially not right now. But yeah, I mean, a toaster, to me, I've never understood the purpose of a toaster oven because I feel like if you're going to make toast, make toast.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to use an oven, use the oven. I don't understand the point, but some people like them. They like a toaster oven because you can do the toast and other things with it. So it depends on your taste, I guess.
Yeah.
Microwaves, I think, are a very important tool.
Yes.
I use mine a lot.
They're good for warming up your coffee or whatever, coffee, tea, cocoa.
Leftovers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And making popcorn, which I know you're not as big a fan of popcorn as I am, but...
you get that from your dad, too.
Yeah. Or maybe Grandma, because you said Grandma loved popcorn.
You mean my mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Personally, now, don't...
Mixer, you use that a lot.
That's where I was going with this, because I was going to say, I don't see the need for a stand mixer myself, sitting out on the counter. Now, people who are like big into chef stuff and making all this stuff, you might think it's better to have one. I don't know. But for me, I don't like stuff on my counters, so I don't even keep my toaster on the counter. If it can't fit in a cabinet, I ain't got it. So, I use a hand mixer, like my mom was saying. So hand mixers are good.
I used to have a full mixer.
A stand mixer?
Yeah, but it's not necessary. I mean, not for me, because I don't mix up a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
But I can make mashed potatoes and everything with my little hand mixer.
Yeah, hand mixers are handy. Let's see, what else? Oh, I did buy a griddle. And, if you have a stove, you probably won't ever need a griddle because you've got your pans and stuff. Since I don't have a stove, I bought this griddle, but then I never used it because I have cats, and I'm thinking the cat is going to walk on that and burn their little paw. So I've never used it. So I was like, well, this was a waste. I mean, hopefully someday I'll use it, but for now it's just sitting there.
Yeah, I've never had a griddle. I just use my skillet.
Yeah. And those indoor grills, I've been fascinated by those, but I don't think I would ever get one because, again, you can fry stuff in the skillet. Why would you?
You can broil it in the
oven too. Yeah. So, but I guess I was thinking like, oh, it's neat to have grilled food in the summer or whatever. It gives you that, relaxing feeling. But I probably would never use it anyway.
Well, when I cook weenies in there, they're just like grilled ones, Don't you think?
I guess. I mean,
I get them. Sometimes I burn them and everything, just like you do on the grill.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about how, charcoal grills, but nothing's like that.
Yeah, like a weenie roast. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
You can still do that.
Crock pots I find very important also, because you can, if you go out on a job, if you work for a living, you throw your stuff in the crock pot, set it, and go to work, and you come home and your meal's ready.
Yeah.
Or
like me, I'll put something on and cook it all night,
Yeah, you could do that too, and in the morning it's done, and yeah. So I think crock pots are very important. Of course, Crystal and I have done some crock pot recipes, so you can check those out up here. And trying to think what else. Well,
Coffee pot.
oh yeah, I don't drink coffee, so that is not a priority for me. But yeah, those of you who drink coffee, coffee pot would be important, especially if you're trying to save money, because you shouldn't be going to Starbucks, because those are what, $5 a cup or $10 a cup now? I don't even know because I don't go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you can make your own coffee at home, save money.
And what I do, I have a coffee pot that takes the pods, So I buy the pods. I got all different flavors, and every morning I'll just have whichever flavor that I want to have that day. But I only drink 1 cup a day. I'm not a real coffee drinker, like your dad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I did not get from him. I've never liked coffee.
Yeah. I don't like he did. He'd drink it all day long.
Yeah. That and the Pepsi.
Oh, yeah.
I did drink Pepsi for a long, long time, and he switched to Diet Pepsi, and he's like, "Oh, you get used to it." And I said, "I would never want to."
He had to.
Yeah.
He was diabetic.
Yeah.
I like Mountain Dew, but I don't drink it much because
Yeah.
I don't want to become diabetic if I can help it.
And I broke the Pepsi habit. And now I only have it every once in a while, and it's got to be the soda shop kind, made from real sugar, because I can't stand the taste of the regular stuff anymore.
Diet soda is yucky.
Not just diet, but the regular soda, I can't stand the taste anymore now that I've had the good stuff.
Oh.
Made with sugar. Because sugar is good for you, despite what they say.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like, oh, you should eat a ton of it, because it's not that good for you. What I mean is, it's better for you than that fake crap.
Yeah.
That
Tastes better too.
aspartame and all that. That stuff is poison.
Yeah, I'd rather do without than to drink that.
Same here. Canisters. See, I don't do a lot of baking and stuff, so I don't need like a flour canister, sugar canister, and all that stuff, so I don't have those. But, if you do, it is nice to have some pretty canisters that go with your kitchen that, I would, if I used those, I would have a set like that, in yellow, of course,
Yeah.
on my counter, yeah.
I have a set of pretty ones, and they got flowers on them. But I only use the flour and the sugar. I don't have much use for the 2 little ones.
Yeah, and I never understood why they had that for coffee and tea,
Tea. Some people drink tea, but
Yeah.
I just take it. If I drink it, it's from the bag, from
Yeah.
or from the pods.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because and if you drank the kind of coffee that came like Folgers in the can, why wouldn't you leave it in the can? Why would you dump it into, I don't know. It's beyond me. All right. So, your refrigerator. Yes.
Oh boy.
Refrigerators can get quite messy. How do you set yours up? What categories are in your fridge?
Oh boy. I'm not sure. I ought to go look. Well, I got a freezer section and the regular section. And of course in the freezer section I don't have a lot in there, but I have ice cubes and then I have
Ice cream and
ice cream and meat that I'm going to cook eventually. Or some veggies maybe. Things like that.
yeah.
And the other side I have my milk and
Yeah, so milk, don't they say milk should be on the top shelf or something like that?
I don't know, but that's where mine is, on the top shelf.
And then you've got your eggs and your cheeses and
Lunch meat,
and then any fresh veggies and things like that.
salads,
And condiments.
yeah. And then in the bottom drawer I have, I had to keep the lunch meat and the cheeses down there.
Yeah, and you should really, if you're setting up your fridge for the first time or trying to get it organized in a healthy way, you should really look online, because they have lists of where things should go. Like, for instance, I know in commercial restaurants, things have to be stored a certain way. You don't want to store your chicken underneath your beef in case the beef drips or something. it's like, yeah. So, so in that case, I would say, look online, see what should be stored above what and below what, so that you get it right, so you don't make yourself sick by accident. Okay, now I think we can move on to the next room.
Can we?
Did you think of something else?
Well, I was just wondering well, I don't know. I never do this. Like you were saying, put the meat under the chicken or something.
Yeah.
But I only thaw out one thing at a time because I don't cook that often, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be for people who, like maybe people with large families who all
Yeah.
like different things. Any raw foods, you want to be careful with raw meat. You got to be careful.
I don't like it dripping in my refrigerator anyway.
Well, yeah. Oh, but yeah, you're right. We didn't talk about the things in the drawers, like the little gadgets and things. So for a while, I had sold some knives for a company, and it was kind of funny because I'd be doing my demonstration in front of people with these band-aids all over my fingers, and I'd say, I am a professional, don't try this at home. But we had these little gadgets that we would give away with a sale of the knives. So we had like this peeler thingy that you could make like fancy designs out of your radishes with, and then there was this thing that had serrated edge, a melon. You could make your melons look pretty or something. So little gadgets like that. If you don't use them, get rid of them. But if you're one of those people who gives parties and things and you do that sort of thing, more power to you. There's probably plenty of those little gadgets in the use in the thrift stores waiting for you to grab one.
Yeah, I have gadgets that I never use.
Oh, and you have an electric can opener, which I don't have one. I use the old-fashioned turn the thingy, which sits in my drawer. But, those electric ones can be handy, especially if, you've got arthritis or whatever.
I used the other kind for years, but I really like my electric can opener. Just put it under there and it holds it and opens the can at the same time.
Now, your silverware drawer, I'm assuming most of you have a silverware drawer organizer doohickey, because it doesn't make sense to just throw your silverware in the drawer. You should have it where you've got your knives in one spot, your forks in another spot, your spoons in another spot. That just makes sense. So if you don't have one, get one of those and organize your drawer.
Yeah, they don't cost very much anyway.
Yeah. And then there's your cooking utensils. So you've got your slotted spoon and your big old spoon, the meat fork, and I don't know what all. So,
And the manual can openers, I still have some of those. And
your spaghetti thingy, the spoon that's got these little like things.
yeah.
to dip out your spaghetti to see if it's ready to eat. And but anyway,
Yeah, you have meat forks, well, I keep some knives in the drawer too, besides the ones that I got from you.
oh, you have an electric knife too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your dad got that. I know I didn't buy it. He must have got it somewhere.
So it's kind of funny, some of these things, because if you think about an electric knife,
It's nice though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're thinking about like a regular old knife with a plug on it, it just sounds funny to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway.
it's nice to cut the turkey and meat whenever you have meat. Roast beef or ham.
So there's all kinds of gadgets you can get. I have a chopper thing. It's not, like those mandolines. It's not one of those. It's this thing you put well, I used it to make egg salad sandwiches, so I would put my boiled egg in it and press it down, and all the boiled egg would come dropping out. And you can put your onions in it and all kinds of different veggies to get it to chopped up. I know you prefer to use a knife and chopping board, but
Yeah, that's what I'm used to.
yeah. So, again, if you try out one of these gadgets and it doesn't work for you, get rid of it and don't feel bad. You tried something, it didn't work for you. What's the harm?
Or you can leave it in the drawer until someday maybe you try it again.
That's what we're trying to avoid. We're decluttering.
Well, if you have enough room, I
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah. Because then, of course, you'll get rid of it. You'll be like me. You'll get rid of it. And then the following week, oh, I could have used that for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Oh, okay. Your kitchen cabinets with food, your pantry. When you buy new canned goods, always put them in the back of your pantry because you want to use up the older stuff first. Because if you keep putting the new stuff in front, you're never going to get to the old stuff. It's going to get rotten, and then you've wasted money. So make sure you use the old stuff first. And that's the rule at grocery stores too. They put the new items in the back. That's why we know to dig back there and get them.
Yeah.
And in restaurants, the same thing. They have their oldest product to be used up first. So, do like the experts do.
Some people have porches
Oh,
closed
porches.
in where they have junk.
Oh,
but
like in Arizona rooms, yeah.
yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have a closed-in porch.
No, but the porch in the back, when my dad was around, he had these bicycles out there. Nobody ever rode them. They just sat out there. And
Oh, he had a shed out there
yeah,
too.
yeah.
With I don't know what he had in there, just junk, I guess.
Well, he had a wooden crate from John Morrell Company, which I now have.
Oh,
Because I took that home and I stored mementos of him in it. So,
oh.
so
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that-
worked there for a long time.
yeah. So that was in there, and tools and things. My brother took most of those, and then we sold the shed because my mom didn't need it. And
He had some other little things sitting out there with junk in it too. It was just a little wooden thing, I think, and had some stuff in it.
oh, there were some crates. He had some crates out there, plastic crates. My brother took a couple of those, and I took a couple. Yeah.
Yeah, we got rid of all
So-
the junk.
Yeah, now he's up there frowning at us. I just know it. It's like the funeral home gave us these pictures, framed pictures of him. And I hung mine in the hallway next to the bathroom, and I just knew he was like, sure, hang me next to the toilet. So, yeah, that was the last, well, that picture actually came from their wedding anniversary, and I was actually the one that took the picture of them, and then they just cropped it so that it was his face. Oh, I'll probably have one of my dreams about him tonight, and he'll be chewing me out for all the stuff that we said today. But and I won't deny it. I do have some of his pack rat tendencies, but but I also have the side of me that is from her. So I have these sides warring within me a lot. And so yeah, so depending on which side wins, which day, depends on how much stuff I've got in the house. So, yeah.
Well, you're better than you used to be when you were a kid.
Yeah, I used to keep a lot of stuff, and people didn't know why. Like and I took stuff home from school, and I had chalk and stuff, and then I would take it back to school and leave it, But yeah, I kept a lot of different things. But anyway, fortunately now I'm less of a pack rat than I used to be, and I like things neat and tidy. I've always been pretty organized, even when I was younger. But
Yeah, I like to be neat and organized.
and remember, Take care of yourself because nobody else will. Bye.
Bye.